Hey Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel, brought to you by Audible Interlude, a G.I. Joe podcast, available wherever you get your podcast. Today we are taking a look at Lady Jaye from the G.I. Joe Classified Series Retro line, which is unfortunately Walmart exclusive. They will be sending you these in plastic bags most likely, and as you can see, the card backs are absolute trash, but I already went into great detail on my Gung Ho review earlier, so I'm not going to revisit it here. Just suffice it to say, this is so disappointing that these are so flimsy and trashy. On the back, we do have a cross-sell with the two mystery figures that came out at the same time as the other two figures. I don't quite get that. We've got the 5-language file card, which I'm not a fan of. I would like to point out the art on this one, not great. The face, it looks like a stamped, I don't know what the deal is. It seems like they've drawn the ab joint into the art. Just this is not my favorite piece of G.I. Joe art ever, but it doesn't matter because due to the poor quality of the card backs, I'm not going to be collecting these mint on card, which I initially thought that I probably would be, but there's really no chance of that happening now. So let's get our figure out of that piece of trash. Put that away. So obviously we've got a couple of comparisons that we want to make here. Before we get to this, here is the original Classified Series Lady Jaye, which will come back in a minute when we want to make more direct comparisons. And then here we have the original Real American Hero Lady Jaye, that this figure is ostensibly modeled to look more like. One of my favorite figures from the original Joe line, definitely my favorite female Joe figure and character. So there's Lady Jaye. And this one, as you can see, is in brighter colors and much more closely resembles that original figure. Out of there, we've got a number of accessories, lots of tape. You can see she has the removable hair and hat piece like that first figure had. We'll look more closely at that in a moment. And there are, I have already said that I will not be, well, I already purchased, but I already returned them, Destro and Baroness from this line. I do not perceive them as different enough or upgrades enough to keep. Certainly not at the price point that they're at. If I come across them, and man, that tape does not want to come up. If I come across those figures on clearance for $5 a piece someday, then sure, maybe I'll get them. But for $23 to $25, they just didn't seem necessary to me. All right. So before we get to these accessories, many of which are a little bit different, let's take a look at the figure itself. You can see those drop-down hips. You got to kind of push those back up into place. The Classified Series has some of the best mass-market articulation available today. Double-jointed elbows, bicep swivels, butterfly shoulders. Really everything you need from a fine, you can see right there, that wrist joint is an up and down, which I always appreciate when a pistol grip hand has the up and down rather than the side to side. You've got the ab joint right there that I think is a big improvement over the hinge that's in so many of these figures. Double jointed knees, modern ankles, you know, the whole deal. This figure is beautifully sculpted. All of the detail on the uniform, the zipper, just everything looks great. They did just a wonderful job of taking this character's look and modernizing it and making it something cool and different and new. And I really appreciate that. She's got this separate belt piece here that has little knife sheath, little pouch on the side, just a really fantastic line. I like the built-in knee pads. I think that's actually a cool look, and I'm good with those knee pads just being the same color as the surrounding stuff rather than being like silver or something. I'm a fan of knee pads on figures like this because they tend to cover up otherwise ugly knee articulation. Because if you're going to have double jointed elbows and knees, chances are they're not going to look great. They're going to have sort of divots that are not part of the natural human form. So knee pads are one way to kind of, I guess, draw attention to that area, but make it look better. I don't know. So this is a brighter colored figure. Face-wise, got what I have always thought is a really nice portrait. To me, it resembles the voice actor that performed Lady Jaye in the Real American Hero cartoon. The makeup on this one, I actually have to say, I think is a pretty good upgrade. I wasn't sure at first, but I still like the older one. The more subtle makeup is not a bad look, but I do think the face on the new one is better. We've also got the hat and hairpiece. On the original, we've got a blue hat with the G.I. Joe logo, which I like. But then on this one, we've got the, what is that, Airborne patch on the front. And this one has, the newer one has a little bit lighter hair color also. All right. So let's get that, pops right back on. Looks great. Got a backpack that is very similar to the original backpack, more detailed, and is different from the backpack that came with the first Lady Jaye, which has all kinds of business on it, which is very cool. This is my favorite backpack from the line so far. And then the video camera, which is almost literally just a scaled up version of the video camera. Oh, I do like the black on the lens though. That's a really nice touch. And then the Javelin Gun type deal with the javelin that she can just hold on its own, or it can be fit into the gun in whichever position you prefer, and resembles, not perfectly, but resembles that bizarre weapon that came with the original Lady Jaye. And then you've also got this little attachment that can go, can it go on the back? See, I feel like this should be able to go on the back because that's kind of what that one looks like. But it is a different head. It's a grenade head that can go on the front here. So I kind of wish there was a little peg back here. Although maybe the intent is that. That looks more like, I don't know. Whatever the case, you've got a couple of different options that are pretty cool. And then finally, her little combat knife here. Nice black handle. Is that... Oh, that's detail. Look at that. That's like a little screw head. Wow, that's fantastic. It's a great looking little knife that is going to slide right into that belt sheath and stay nice, snug, and secure. Let's get that backpack on. Plugs in nicely. Stays put. And I am going to give her the video camera just because it's something sort of different and neat. But I do kind of wish there was a way to store the Javelin gun. Do that, and then let's just give her, I'm going to pop that head back off. We're going to give her the spearhead, and she's just going to carry that. And there we go. A very nice, classically done Lady Jaye. Is it worth upgrading? I don't know. The original Lady Jaye figure is pretty great. If anything, this head might go on that figure, but I like the brighter colors quite a bit. Let's do a little side by side here. And get that hat back on properly. So I really like the two-tone colors on this one. Really brings that detail out. Camera does not want to focus on both of these at the same time. They're both really nice figures in my opinion. I think these might both go on the shelf. However, what I might do... Oh, that's for the spearhead. I thought the wig was in there. I was thinking this popped out. So I'm going to have to track down the wig. I'm going to have to track down the hair that goes to this one, because I think I'm going to put this hat on this one, put the hair on this one, and have both of these figures on the shelf. They're that different to me, and I like them both that much. All right, well, thanks for watching, you guys. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about Needless Things. Come back for more toy reviews. Check out Audible Interlude, and yo, Joe!
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.